Now on Newsday TV, a powerful winter storm that could bring more than a foot of snow to the island is now just days away. I'm Macy Eglin. That snow will start to fall this weekend and stick around through Monday. It's also going to be bitterly cold, so we are really in for it. Meteorologist Jeff Banson is here tracking that storm for us and the impact it will have in your community. Jeff, walk us through this. This is going to be a big one. I
know, and it's been a while, Macy, right? Since here in Long Island, we've had a very high impactful storm. We've had little tastes and bits over the last couple of winters. It's exciting for me as a forecaster, but obviously it could be very dangerous if you do not take the necessary precautions. So we are going to walk you through it here on Newsday TV. Let's start with some nice weather today, kind of the calm before the storm into tomorrow. So you've got a couple of days to prepare. That's the good thing. We're looking at mostly sunny skies this afternoon, and temperatures, yeah, these are average for this time of year. Enjoy them because they are not going to be this high again for quite some time. Temperatures are above freezing today. 36 or so degrees by 1 o'clock, should hit a high in the upper 30s this afternoon on Long Island. So an impactful winter storm, heavy snow, and bitterly cold. Not just leading into the storm, but also after the storm and beyond. And the snow is beginning early on Sunday and will last right into the day on Monday. So it's a long duration event here too. Getting lots of texts, you can believe it, about will we have school on Monday or not. I think probably a good chance we do not at this point. Winter storm watch up for the entire island. Let's take a look at these wind chills here. Again, the cold air, temperatures will be well below freezing leading into the storm, but with the wind blowing as we head into tonight and tomorrow morning, we are talking about wind chills between 10 and 20 degrees. These numbers may be a little inflated or deflated, I guess you should say, but it is going to be frigid. Please, this is dangerous cold as we head into your weekend. Not much better, single-digit wind chills. At least we're on the positive side as we head through the day tomorrow and into Sunday as that snow is set to arrive. All right, let's time it out for you here. And first, we'll pan out to the west. You can see not just the snow for parts of the Tennessee Valley up to the Virginias and the Appalachians, but down into the Mississippi valleys and out across all the way to Texas. We're talking about ice storm conditions with freezing rain. That can be absolutely treacherous for those folks down there. As the storm system moves into the cold air here in the Northeast, we're talking about a nice thump of snow. Things get going quickly as we get past sunup on Sunday, and you can see these really deep blues here. These are your snow bands of 1 to 2 inches per hour. But let's stop it here as we head into Sunday evening, starting to see that pink coming into the screen here. That is a sleet layer mixing in here, and I do think that's going to hamper totals a little bit, especially for the southern portion of the island as we get into the later stages of Sunday. Then as we get into Monday night, we may see the snow wind back out as colder air surges back down. Here's my snow forecast. We're going to go 10 to 14 inches for most of the island. We're going to allow for some slightly lower numbers for the South Shore out towards the East End and Twin Forks as that sleet could, kill things down a little bit. Either way, this is going to be very impactful. Travel is not going to be recommended after sunup on Sunday morning and into the day on Monday. Now, I had a lot of folks asking me, is this going to be a blizzard? Is there going to be a wind component of the storm? There will be, not initially. It's going to be towards the end stages of the storm as things are winding down into Sunday, where we can see those wind gusts upwards of 30, 40, maybe 45 miles per hour as we let's take that into Monday. There we go. And you can see, especially out towards the Twin Forks by Monday morning. That being said, I don't think we're going to see true blizzard conditions. We need a longer duration wind really to have that snow blowing and limited visibility. And then the cold air settles in. We're back to the sunshine as we head into late Monday. Probably see a little bit of late day sun. And then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, all plenty of sunshine, but look at those bitter temperatures down into the 20s for your highs, teens for your lows. So Macy, all that snowpack that we get, it's not going anywhere anytime soon. It is going to turn into an absolute block of ice. So anything that does melt during the day because of solar radiation will refreeze at night, could be very dangerous for days, if not weeks. I don't think we're seeing temperatures get above freezing again until sometime in early February. Can you believe that?
Wow. Okay. Thank you, Jeff. We'll get through it together.
Long Island weather is brought to you by PTRC.
NASA Executive Bruce Blakeman will give an update on storm preps for the county later this morning. Supervisors from the towns of Hempstead, North Hempstead, and Oyster Bay will also be there. Many of the nation's largest airlines are dropping fees to change or cancel flights because of this storm. Travel alerts are being posted at New York's major airports and up and down the East Coast. Flight delays and cancellations could start today. Now, the best advice is really just to stay in this weekend if you can. But if you can't, if you have to work, something like that, business reporter Brianne Letta shares ways to prepare your car so you can avoid any potential dangers on the roadways.
If you do have to go out, you should make sure that your car is stocked with things like water, extra blankets, a first aid kit, a flashlight, a cell phone charger. Also make sure that your car is in good shape. You want to make sure that your headlights and blinkers are working. You also want to check your battery, make sure your battery is clean, and that your tire pressure is at a good level.
If you are out on the road, pay attention to advisories, plan for enough travel time, and have the number for a tow truck in case you do get stuck. We have more tips for you on our website, Newsday.com. Click Get More below that Newsday TV video box. Only a Newsday. Plans to bring charter schools to Brentwood and Central Islip are now back on track. A SUNY panel voted unanimously in favor of the applications. They now go to the State Board of Regents, which voted against them in December. Voters in Sag Harbor District approved a $40 million bond. That money will go toward renovating and expanding Pearson Middle and High School. Construction is expected to begin next summer. A first in Newsday. Despite protests, the Smithtown Town Board hired the founder of a controversial right-wing activist group. Kevin Smith of the Long Island Loud Majority was hired as a part-time public relations assistant for the town supervisor. A nonprofit that monitors suspected hate groups listed it as an extreme anti-government group.
It's not a good look for the town. It's not something that we want. We don't need it. This is a very quiet, peaceful town.
The supervisor told Newsday the town does not comment on personnel hiring. Well, there's a new debate over how high the minimum wage should be. Newsday business reporter James T. Medore spoke with the governor about it.
With the state legislature back in session in Albany, once again, the minimum wage is being talked about. The state minimum wage just went up to $17 an hour. And next year, under a new system, it will increase based on the 3-year average of the Consumer Price Index. But the new mayor of New York City, Zoran Mondami, campaigned on a pledge to raise the city's minimum wage to $30 by 2030. At a recent event in Woodbury, I asked Governor Hochul where she stands.
I support where we are right now. This has taken a couple years to get to this point. What businesses need is predictability, and for them to know it was going to go from 15 to 16 to 17 over a period of time so they can make their adjustments. That's important. I also believe that our initiative for the first time ever to tie it to inflation, which just kicks in next year, that's going to make a difference, people. So they'll start to see that escalation as their costs go up, which I think is important, helping families who are struggling.
Business groups like the Long Island Association and the Business Council of New York State support the governor's stance. The minimum wage on Long Island has gone from $9 in 2016 to this year's $17 an hour. We'll find out if Mayor Mondami gets his way as budget negotiations unfold in Albany this spring. For Newsday TV, I'm James T. Medore.
Read more about the minimum wage debate on Newsday.com. Click Get More below the Newsday TV video box. Well, it's the great debate over sheet cake. In this week's Feed Me TV, Newsday's food team tasted and ranked sheet cakes from supermarkets all over Long Island. Here are their top picks.
I don't think I've ever knowingly had a supermarket sheet cake.
I love a sheet cake, I gotta tell you.
I do.
What are the good hallmarks of a sheet cake? That is what we're talking about today. Sheet cakes from supermarkets.
We're ranking each cake.
Tastes like foam.
I have no problem with it.
Oh, it's kind of lemony. We will be looking at appearance.
It has like a little bit of a Dr. Seuss feel.
Oh, that's good. Whimsical. It's whimsical. Taste. I like the cake a lot, but the frosting is atrocious.
You're in complete agreement.
Texture.
This one's too soft.
We're halfway through.
I feel like A is the strongest.
I have to agree.
I have not found a stunner yet.
Ooh, I got the roses.
You did.
I'm like in a sugar coma.
It really didn't help that I literally had cake for breakfast.
You were just so excited about the cake.
This one reminds me of It, the clown.
Oh yeah. They should make you happy. They should bring you joy when you look at them. Oh, it's triple tier.
Oh yeah. When there are these different tiers, it just feels like they put a little more effort into it.
I think it's got to be cheap and it's got to be fun. It looks like a party.
I will point out that the people who decorated this cake used 3 different pastry tips.
We are full.
A was the winner.
We got A on the Price is Right. Drum roll.
It wasn't the best looking, but it was the best tasting in terms of ratio of frosting to cake, the flavor of the cake.
A is from BJ's.
Get out! Really? I can't believe it.
So our number 2 cake was cake G.
3 tier.
That was from Uncle Giuseppe's. You want to know the loser?
Yes.
That was cake F, Stop and Shop.
Oh.
Great job, everybody.
Yeah. What should we be eating afterward?
That's a good question.
Carrot?
Carrots and hummus.
The information you didn't know you needed, but there you go. I'm telling you though, I have not had BJ's sheet cake, but I have had Costco sheet cake, and that is some good sheet cake. For more about the cakes, go to our website, Newsday.com. Click Get More below the Newsday TV video box. See more on these stories on Newsday.com and watch us streaming anytime on Local Now, YouTube, and the other streaming services you see here. I'm Macy Eglund. We've got more local news coming up.
Newsday investigates why drivers continue to speed in such high numbers, the difficulties in enforcement, and what it'll take for drivers to slow down. Dangerous roads, deadly speeds. A Newsday investigation. Now available at newsday.com/dangerousroads.